Oh, snap. Yeah, that's right. Lay Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. Today, we're putting together geek and hip hop, but we're going to stay real fresh, relaxed, chill on, of course, beats, vibes, life. I'm joined. I bring an album. He brings an album. We talk about it and see where that conversation goes. So, the album that I brought, because he started off last, and I surprised him with this album. The album that I brought today was Pharoahe Monch, Desire. What's up? What's up, King Hebrew? What's up? What's up? Pharoahe Monch, Desire. Here's why I chose it. Because you can see his face already. You can see he won't feel it. So the reason I chose Desire is because at this time, of course, times change, but a lot of things recycle. And just something about the revolutionary nature, something about the kind of like fight the power aesthetic, about songs like Desire, songs like Pushing or Push, Welcome to the Terror Dome, stuff like that. Just really stuck with me and really spoke to me right now as like kind of music that we need. We need artists. Art usually represents the times. And at this time, there's been some struggles politically and socially. So a couple of those songs really spoke to me, and it just made me realize how, dag, this is still connecting, unfortunately, even now, and how something like now, some like music like that now it still means something, it still matters in the context, of course, of the struggle for the culture, of course. So that's why I chose the album today. We'll get a little bit deeper, but what did you bring?
Low End Theory. A Tribe Called Quest, Low End Theory. One of my favorite tribe albums. I had a toss up between Midnight and Low End, and today, on the Thursday of the 28th of the whatever month we in, June, I chose Low End Theory because I feel that that's one of my favorite albums of theirs. Like it's got some joints on there from start to back and the front to back. So I just felt like at that time it was 93, right? No, that's 91, right? Yes, 91.
I think 91.
That's
yeah, 91.
People think it was 80, 89. So yeah, 91. It just, the sound of it sounded like it came out in 93 or 94. That it was like a little bit ahead. Just even the ideas that what the tip was coming up with, and like even this is actually the first appearance, like the full appearance of Phife Dawg.
Yeah.
But the first album had like a little bit of Phife.
I think Phife was like on what, only two songs, maybe?
Songs, maybe a skit or something. But this one he actually showed out and he showed up.
Oh yes.
I was Phife, and then that made the rapping a little bit more balanced with Tip and Phife. Now he was like, oh, it's two guys now instead of just Tip. Doing most of 90% of the rapping, and then Phife is like 10% or 5%. This was like more of a 50-50, maybe more of a still like a 60-40 split, but I felt like Phife was like, it was his coming out album, and I felt Tribe was now official.
Like a real full cohesive group.
Yeah. It kind of felt like how originally how the Roots were like, where it was Malik B and it was Black Thought. That was the balance of the two.
True.
I just felt that was needed. Like when you have a crew, you want to have more than one rapper.
Yeah, you want
It reminds me of like Lost Boys.
Ooh, and Lost Boys. It's on my list. It won't come up soon. There's some stuff I had to come, but that first Lost Boys joint, official.
Well, Illegal Drug Money, right?
Yeah. Man, Mr. Cheeks, Freaky Tile was just like it was just perfect. It was just like a perfect match with the way they were.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, like the reason I like listening to Low End again today is because in my car I have all the Tribe albums together, so I conflate a lot of songs between Midnight and Low End, and I was like, oh, that song's not on this.
Yeah, that's true.
I was like, oh, that song's on Midnight. Oh, like the Steve Biko joint.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it. I was like, where's the Steve Biko joint?
Midnight.
And I was like, oh. So it was, even for me, someone who like knows this album, I mean, I guess knows this album. Yeah. But since I have all the songs just in an MP3 player together, I conflate a lot of the two.
MP3 player? What are we living in?
What is it?
What is that?
Well, it's really a player that plays a mini SD card.
Mini SD card? What is that?
You put a mini SD in, like, and then play all the music.
I was about to say CD player.
Oh, yo, I put it in my 8-track double deck.
I'm gonna put a CD. I'm gonna put a CD in one player. Like not a five CD change, just one player. Just play it in and that's it. Play one CD
with one song on it. It's a CD single.
MP3 player. What is this, man?
Well, I mean, it's MP3, so it's essentially an MP3 player. But it'll play a USB. It'll play mini SDs. You know what I'm saying? It's the future, man. It's the future.
It's actually not.
It's super the future.
It's actually going backwards a little bit.
It's the future. I don't like using the Bluetooth connection because what if I get a call, man? What if I get a call and I'll be like, oh snap, my music. I gotta leave my Bluetooth connection open. You know what I'm saying for my calls. And somebody's like, I'll be like, what you want? And so but I can still have my music rolling.
Okay. All right. So,
but why low end? Why low end?
Well, I never told you why, but I'm saying I'm gonna talk about Desire. What I like on Desire, I did like some songs. As you heard, some songs.
Yeah.
Word some.
I know. There's one song that I know you hate.
Welcome to the Terrordome was pretty good. It was a good callback to PE days. And stuff. And the way the first verse he rapped like he was Chuck D or whatever.
Yeah, very Chuck D-ish. Yeah.
And then the next songs after that I did like too. And then towards the middle it got kind of weird, and then towards the end it got it was okay. So what song you think I didn't like? What song was that?
Body Baby.
What's that one again?
I want your body, baby. That one.
I probably skipped over that one.
Yo, see? You ain't supposed to be skipping stuff, man. You see this guy? He's skipping stuff. All right, just letting you know he's cheating.
You gotta skip songs sometimes.
Look, he's cheating. The album's not supposed to be listening to the whole album.
Some songs.
Yo, he's cheating, guys. See, I listen to the whole.
We live.
Like, there's a couple of joints on low end that I didn't know were on it because I don't have them included because I didn't like them way back. So I heard them. I was like, "What's this song?" And I was like,
probably like towards the middle end of it.
Yeah, I was like, "What's this?"
I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot this is on here."
Yeah, so
could it kind of feel like that album is the bridge between People and Things and Midnight Marauder. So there's a lot. Even the sonics of it was still in between the two albums. Because People and Things is cool, but it's kind of a weird album. People think, I really, there's something about it. It has a charm to it for me now when it comes to People's. Yeah. Even like the beginning, Lucky Lucian, all that stuff. Like that stuff, I'm really loving. Oh, what you said? No skips, bruh.
Yeah, no skips, man. Cheating.
Hey, you guys cheating. I heard the album already. I can skip if I heard the songs already. I can skip it.
Oh man, but one thing I did like about Low End is just kind of the noticing where Tribe was then, like how you said, like that middle point, because like I said, I conflated it a lot of Low End and Midnight. So then just being like, okay, this is where they were, kind of like this is the age they were. They had the songs with like either when they were they were collaborating with like De La during the time, or collaborating with like JB's during the time, and you knew kind of like that mindset. So it was like, okay, so they're growing up. It felt like an album where they were growing up, where they were kind of becoming something else. Yeah. And I like that. I like that a lot about Low End. It just, man, it really, especially like, you had just, man, Phife just really came out of nowhere on that joint.
Yeah, definitely.
Like he really did. And, of course, rest in peace, Phife Dawg. But, just the way, like you said, he created like such a great balance between Q-Tip, and not to say that Q-Tip is, he's like throwaway or something like that, but it's, when you had the first album where it's like almost all Q-Tip. Yeah. Now you had this nice balance because Phife was a little edgier, I guess you could say.
Okay, this is what I say.
A little maybe edgier in his flow.
Always had, for the most part, had the most memorable lines, if you think about it.
Yeah.
He always had something that made you like remember Phife Dawg. Even though people always like, oh, Tip is better.
Tip is more well known, probably.
Yeah, he's more well known, but I think it's a perfect balance between the two. Like, Tip, because Phife is definitely like has more edgier lines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like Tip wouldn't say, or Tip would say, but it wouldn't be in that kind of way. Phife was just more blunt.
Yeah, because I noticed that when I was listening to it, I was like, Phife is more like I guess especially at that time, more, I don't know, like raw, visceral, whatever, like just the way he was coming across.
Yeah. All right, so to Pharoahe. Okay, so I liked Internal Affairs.
Yeah.
Because he did most of his production.
Okay.
And you know my stance on production, right?
Yes, I know.
So if the beat is whack,
the
song is already half whack. It's always 50% of the song is you already got an F.
Good. You already got an F.
No, in this grading. But now we're not doing that the grade school stuff.
Okay.
We'll give it like a C.
All right, so you're already at like a C. Okay.
So Pharoahe always carries it, so it stays at a C. It doesn't go above a C. The highest you can get is a C.
Okay.
When the beat is whack.
All right.
So a lot of those beats are very weird. Especially at the beginning. Like, he got Weird Alchemist.
What about Free?
He got Weird Alchemist.
Okay.
He got Alchemist in that weird period when he was doing like the Hold Me Down and stuff like that.
Oh,
he got that Alchemist beats.
I was like, yeah. Because like Free, what about Free? How'd you feel about Free?
Free was those kind of beats.
You don't like those type of beats though.
Nah, man. It's just not my cup of tea. It's like certain cool. They sound cookie cutter sometimes, man. Like,
okay.
Like I just
because I see where you're coming from, because if I sit back and just like the beats, then definitely Internal Affairs is way better than Desire. Way better. There's no comparison.
But you see, that's what I'm saying. Like how. That's what if you find something that works. Stick with it. Okay. Why did Pharoahe Monch stop making beats? Is the question.
That's a good. Yo, they coming for us, yo. You might be able to hear them. They coming for us. But
why did Pharoahe Monch stop making beats? That's just like how different.
I wonder if he's ever done an interview about that.
Why you stop making beats?
That's a good question.
Because your first album, you made a lot of the beats, and it was sounding better, sounding more.
Yeah, because you had you had like, of course, Simon Says, The Light, Truth.
With the joint with that guy. What's his guy name? Who knows on the Truth, right? Who's on that song?
No, Truth has Common and...
Yeah, Common. And who else?
Oh, Quali is on it.
He said it.
No.
I need to get a bell or something.
He asked me to say it. Like, he knows...
He said the magic word today, folks.
Oh, man.
Quali. Here we go.
All right. Go and talk about Quali for a second. Go and talk about Talib Kweli.
Talib Kweli Green. Mr. Green.
Oh, boy.
The greatest rapper of all time. The GOAT, as people would say.
Oh, boy.
The best rapper.
Why did Jay-Z pick him to say that line where it's like,
if lyrically I'll be Talib Kweli.
Yeah, it's like
yeah, because every artist he named, if I animate like I say a Busta Rhymes and Busta Rhymes fell off, Kweli fell off. Like every name fell off.
The funny thing though, Busta fell off, but Busta still, even though fell off is being very loose, because Busta can still wrap circles around a lot of guys in the game right now. So
no.
Busta's not at woo-ha levels, but at the same time, Busta's first two albums were like Super Saiyan level album.
Yes.
So it's like yes, he gave us two supers, but then he still gave us like solid joints.
No, but I'm talking right after that album.
True.
Because I think he dropped, that was 2003 Black Album, 2003. I remember I was in college.
Yeah.
So the next album that Busta Rhymes dropped, I believe was
it a joint with Dre's joints on there?
Nah, it was already out.
Oh, that was already out.
No, 07 was, and he Saved Them All was 2002, and then the next album was 2004, 2006. I might be thinking of the Big Bang. The Big Bang has some stuff on it. What up, PL?
Yeah, Big Bang has some jams on there for real. Like, Busta, like, even though Busta's not the same Busta he was, I'd still put Busta, even though of course they're not in their prime, I'd still put people like Busta, Redman up against like any of these.
But it's not about like skill. You can rap better than this person. It's more about the music.
The music that you're making. Okay. I'll give you that.
With me, it's always about the totality.
The music, yeah.
I can't separate one from the other.
See, that's why Desire spoke to me the way it did, and
the music spoke to you.
Well, the lyrics spoke to me, and I'm just being honest. Like right now, society, in politics, Black people are being attacked. at a level that we haven't seen in a while due to kind of like this slumber of the quasi post-racial society. And now we're getting into politics for a second. I'll jump off of them, but I chose Desire because of this. So sorry, you're gonna have to get into it. So when he talks about stuff like songs like Free, songs like Desire, songs like Push, songs like Welcome to the Terror Dome, those things spoke to me now because those are the things on my mind right now. You know, as I watch the news, you guys know that I'm a hashtag new dad as I think about raising a black boy in America. Like, you know, those things kind of like spoke to me. And I was like, you know what? There's a lot of lyrics in this album. Now, of course, you do have Body Baby. You got a couple of joints that are in there that are like
just even the name of the song, Body Baby. That's like a "You Owe Me" moment. That's just the way the song. That's the way the title is.
Yeah,
it's a "You Owe Me" moment.
Yeah,
and it's in history.
That song, especially on the album Desire, that song reeks of corporate involvement. That song reeks of, all right, this revolutionary stuff is cool. Where's our single? That's what it sounds like.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like what? I don't like. It just
don't.
It almost kills the overall message.
Yeah. Now I will give you that. It does.
Wait, what's the song about? What's that song about?
It's kind of like talking about like a girl, like you want my body, baby. Let me plant the seed.
All right.
I'm like,
I got something. What up, guys? But I got something.
All right, word.
Desire is it ties into the title. Desire.
True. Yeah.
So that may have been the overall message may not have been the political side, but it may have been all desire.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that.
I'm giving Pharoahe Monch some credit because I love Pharoahe Monch.
Yo, Pharaoh is one of them dudes that I've been a fan of for a long time. Just like he's been sick for a long time.
Yeah, but see, the problem with me is just the beats that he's chosen
the beats on
his first album, because his first album was banging.
Yeah, the beats on this album are definitely not up to par. The lyrics are what grabbed me in this album. And it's kind of like those lyrics.
Like if he had these lyrics on Internal Affairs, like that kind of like. I think the Desire had more purpose than
I think it's the purpose behind, because you have a string like you listen to, you have a string of like 5 or 6 songs where it's just like black people, black fist, you know what I'm saying, pushing, keep it moving, community involvement, grassroots, like you got fight the power, you got that for like 6 songs, and that stuff like stick. Now of course you got the joint like with Erykah Badu, where I think she sings in the back of the song where he talks about killing his wife because she cheated on him or whatever. The last joint.
No, she's not on that one.
Oh, she's not on that one? Oh, okay. I know she's on one.
Dwella is on that one.
Okay.
He's on the second version of. He's a 3-parter. He's on the second part.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
And then Mr. Porter does like singing on both. There's a woman singing on the first part.
Yeah. Okay, cool. But see, I always thought that was Erykah. So okay,
she's on the album.
Okay.
But she's on the track a couple tracks before.
Okay, cool. So
Haas said there's a lot of people hate that album for some reason. He said he dug it.
Yeah, man. Haas, look, it really spoke to me, especially recently with, of course, what the country is going through. So that's why I chose it, man. I think people should give this album a second listen or a shot, at least based on Free, Desire, Push, and Welcome to the Terror Dome.
Is there an acapella version of this album? Because I would gladly take it.
Oh boy, would you remix it?
I don't do remixes, man.
Oh,
it takes me like 5 years to do a remix, man. Like the amount of energy I put into a remix is ridiculous. Because like when I make a remix, it sounds like the beat that they rapped on.
Okay.
I gotta get into it.
You gotta get.
Plus, I don't like the traditional way, like take acapella and you put a beat to it, like the traditional remix. Like I want to do more inventive things with remixes, or do a remix or whatever. So I'm still trying to work on what that invention is. That's why it's taking me a long time. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Stop asking people. No, stop asking. I'll make it.
Stop asking stuff. So I think that's why I chose. Now, since of course I've seen Pharoahe on Twitter recently, talking about like, it's been 11 years since Desire. It's been like 18 years since Simon Says, stuff like that. So
Desire came out in 07. 08.
Oh, 07
years.
So 07? Yeah, it must have been '07 then.
Maybe it was when we graduated from college. Maybe that's what
Oh,
it
okay.
was. Okay.
But you know, what do you think about artists kind of like celebrating themselves? You know, because of course we don't really have hip hop doesn't really have a structure of celebrating itself. And
What do you mean
I don't mean
celebrating
and
itself?
what I mean by is like we don't have like a structure in hip hop where someone's like, hey, this album came out such and such, this person is such and such age, you know, when this song came out, blah blah blah. We don't have like that kind of like I guess that structure where there's like a one or maybe two entities like kind of doing that, pushing it all the time, keeping like the historical record, I guess, of kind of like, hey guys, 20 years ago this happened and this was going on and blah 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 and this song dropped and you know this
Because
artist worked with this.
hip hop in the last 10, yeah, in the last like 20, 30 years, it's always been about the new. It's never been about the old. When has it ever been about the old? I mean, it's like now they have the hip hop honors. You have the
Yeah, yeah.
H1 hip hop honors. You have them honoring them. So that's the only thing I can think
That's
of.
the closest.
But that's actually on a national level. You
Yeah.
can do that stuff on like community centers and stuff like that, but nobody doing that on a national level because they don't think
There's no money
they
in
don't think it's any money in it. They
True,
don't know
true.
because they don't
Yeah.
try it.
Yeah.
It's just like same thing with Black Panther. They didn't think it was gonna make. You know what I mean? They didn't think it for years because
There was
what?
just like ain't no money in that.
ain't no money.
Ain't
But
gonna make
then,
no
then you
money.
make a good movie, a great movie, and look what happens.
Yeah,
Dummies.
$1 billion.
Dummies.
Yeah, because
What do you want, you big dummy? No, but
because when I saw it, I thought that was another thing that was really cool. Like, hey, we don't really have something like that. You know, like rock and roll has that stuff, like where there's people that kind of like keep up with those
historical
records.
records.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what?
you know what it is like. I'm doing an analogy.
All right.
You know how like baseball is all about the stats.
Yeah.
Football is not about the stats, right? They don't even care like, oh, he threw 100 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's really.
You don't know any stat numbers. Like people can rattle off baseball stats like that.
Yeah,
But football.
Yeah, baseball is real stat
It's a
heavy.
different sport. Rock and hip hop are different sports.
True. All
Like,
right.
so you can't like
I'll give you that.
You
Yeah.
can't compare certain genres because it's
Yeah.
like it's just the way it's just different. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Because when he was doing it, I was like, you know what? Because I feel like we do need. I don't know if it's an organization or something, but I feel like we need something, you know, kind of like bridging the gap, tying us together.
I think it's gonna take longer than because you gotta think about like hip hop compared to all the other genres.
It's still young.
Still young.
Okay.
How you gonna
True.
celebrate yourself when you're still?
Because
baby?
you're talking about 40 years.
45 years now.
Okay. Okay.
If you go
Yeah.
73 when
Yeah.
Cool
Okay.
Herc,
So yeah.
73.
So
you know,
45. So yeah, it's
By
still.
the time the hip hop delight was what 79, so 79 was like the first the official hip hop.
Yeah.
Hip hop, like that's like the beginning. So even then, it's still 40 years. So
True,
40
true.
years. It's just 40 years. I don't know, like 40 years.
It's not.
That's
It's
young.
not enough. It's
Like
not
rock
enough
and
history
roll.
to
Like,
really.
you gotta think when rock and roll was doing that, were they celebrating themselves, or were they about the new? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they weren't really. Yeah, it's taken a while because
So
rock is.
you're not gonna have a hip hop Hall of Fame until maybe a couple of 10 years. You already
Yeah.
see it. You kind of see it in development how you have the hip hop honors. It's on TV.
Yeah.
You don't see no hip hop. You don't see no Hall of Fame stuff like Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Is it on TV? Cause I've never seen it.
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. So
Nah.
so at least I think we're even a step ahead of that now.
Okay. All
I
right,
think the
cool,
hip hop
cool.
honors would be the Hall of Fame. Like you bring people up that we honor. We honor these people. They've
All right, cool.
they've done the work. They've made their mark in hip hop. Where it's something
Okay,
if it was a book, their name's in the book.
Okay. Okay.
Hall of Fame.
Cool.
So I think it's gonna get there eventually because
All right.
it's not like we forgot certain artists. Like we
Yeah.
we carried on certain artists that people don't talk about anymore.
True.
You know what I mean? Say, oh, you're not relevant anymore. You're not relevant in that scene. There's all kind of other scenes. There's an era that you grew up in,
Yeah.
artists that you like, and then your kids have artists that they like, and then it's
Good
on and
point.
on and on. My mom has people that she like that I probably don't like and stuff like that. So it goes
Right.
on and on and on. And I feel like it's a continuation, and then eventually someone's gonna archive it. People have been archiving it. And eventually, it's gonna be in one place.
Yeah.
And that will be there.
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? We don't really have.
Yeah.
Like we do have some stuff like you got like the Beef series that QD3 did, I think.
Yeah, QD3.
So you got kind of like that is kind of chronicling some stuff.
Yeah. But what was our idea?
There's a couple of episodes of Unsung.
Our idea was going back. What was it with the producers? Remember the idea we were talking about?
Oh, doing
like,
the oral history,
yeah,
where it's like we went back and like, all right, this would be a crazy task, and I don't know how much money it would cost to do it, but I'd love to do it. Go back, interview everyone that's been involved with hip hop on a like on an impactful level. I'm not talking about like the dude that was the doorman at at one little shady club that somebody performed at once, but interviewing like all those guys, the early even the breakers back then, and then intercutting that into a straight streamed history, oral history of hip hop. Like, so interviewing, say, Grandmaster Caz, and then interviewing like, Method Man and Puff and all, and then taking them and weaving it to where it's like, oh, so 73. And like you're cutting everybody's, and then when someone, say if Big Boy says something in the 90s or something, then you cut that in with someone else's story and like having that. Now, of course, that would take forever.
But yeah,
and that would be tedious. But it would be cool.
But you can do it like a 30 for 30 kind of series.
Like
you did with the OJ, like kind of like maybe like an 8-parter kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's not just like one sitting. It's like more like a.
No, it wouldn't be one sitting. It would be like
it's not
it would be like hip hop. Like I don't know. Say if we were to cut it, it'd be like 73 to 75.
But I think you can separate it. You can separate producers, DJs, breakers, and like graffiti. Like separate it and have like 5 different series.
Yeah.
With the same idea of chronological.
And that would be crazy because there's some stories there. Also, could you get those stories? Like truthful stories. Because even on some unsungs out there, I ain't gonna say no names, but I felt like there was a couple lies in there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say no names.
Well, who's unsung again? Who was on? I don't know.
It's an acronym.
No. Who was on the unsungs? The artist.
I'm referring to EPMD.
EPMD was on unsungs?
Yeah.
Why were they on unsungs? They're not unsung.
Well, I mean, unsung is still for kind of like older artists, artists that are in their prime anymore, I guess. So I mean, they were on there. And
I thought unsung was more like unsung hero, like they didn't get to do or something like that.
Nah,
that's what it should be, because the word unsung means that. Am I losing my mind?
Nah, you're correct.
Okay, I'm just saying.
You're correct.
So it's not adding up. I'm putting 1 and 2, and it's not making 3. It's not adding up. It's making 4.
But I do think something like a 30 for 30 would be great.
Yeah.
30 for 30, like you could do something like of course, like. It wouldn't be 30 for 30 because you have to pay ESPN or whatever. But like 30 for 30, Wu-Tang, 30 for 30, Bad Boy, 30 for 30,
level of like detail oriented.
Like detail, tons of research, real interviews, cutting all the flash and stuff.
Did you see the Nas documentary? The Nas documentary.
Nah.
What are you doing? Did you see the Souls of Mischief documentary?
Nah.
What's wrong with you, man?
Nah, where
have you been?
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you guys this, and you. Is it on Netflix? Is it on Hulu?
I don't know where it's at. I saw it at the Black Film Festival in Philadelphia.
Man, Philly always be getting black stuff. Don't never be sharing with nobody else.
It's out somewhere. Look
but I'll look it up.
Look up both of them.
Most recently, I've been watching. I haven't finished them all, but I've been watching the Rapture series. I've watched. What was fun to watch? The Stretch and Bob joint.
Oh yeah,
that was just fun to watch.
Wait, what were you watching? The documentary or
the documentary? It's on Showtime.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
But it was just fun to see that time. That time in like hip hop where it was like, it was just, and for lack of a better term or phrasing, it seemed more real.
When is it like? What was the era? Is that like the 90s?
You're talking about the Stretch and Bob, so you're talking about 90s, but 90s like grassroots hip hop, like like having Wu-Tang on before Wu-Tang was Wu-Tang, like having
like
Wu-Tang
92.
on when like their album hasn't dropped yet, having like Nas on before his album, like a year before his album came out, like that type of stuff. Like they were doing a lot of pretty much kind of like, and I mean, I'll let you guys in on a little secret, even though I've said it in interviews before. This is similar to what I do with a lot of creators, like comic book creators. I try to get those guys on and give them shine because it's an opportunity to show, at least put a little bit light on them, You know what I'm saying? In the way that I saw Stretch and Bob do, or Sway and Tech do, or even DJ Clue do. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been calling it the Clue method, where it's like, yo, where people be like, oh, this comic book artist blew up. Be like, yeah, I interviewed him like 10 years ago. Be like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, it was great to have that like moment in time. Like, wow, they recorded a lot of that stuff.
Oh yeah, they recorded all that.
And they recorded a lot of that stuff,
footage and stuff.
And there's something about the footage where, of course, it's like, you know, old, you know, actual DV tapes or VHS tapes, you know, and just that, I don't know, it's just a level of just like, I don't know, honesty. I don't know, just a level of just fun and honesty back then, and just like it felt like they were, and this is before the Hot 97 time. It felt like it was kind of like it was just, and I know this is going to sound very nostalgic. It felt like pure, like it was just like, yo, we're two weird dudes that love hip hop. We live in New York. Here's the show. You know what I'm saying? It just felt kind of like that, and I was just like, dang. I remember literally like getting tapes from my cousins that were in New York and be like, oh, who's this guy? I don't know who this guy is, but he can rap. His name is Nas. I don't know who he is, but he can rap. And it was just like breaking those artists and then having like just the weird, like when they were making fun of each other, just the dumb fun stuff. Like you and I, we're just sitting here kicking it about music, like that kind of vibe where it wasn't, corporate interests hadn't taken full hold of hip hop yet. I think that's what it is. Because it's not like hip hop is worse now than it is then. But I feel like they were more like, I felt like it was two guys on public. Well, actually, they were on public access, but two guys on public access that were just like, yo, we love hip hop. Here's some new joints. You know what I'm saying? We got a greasy spot, some cats flying through.
Like college radio kind of situation.
Yeah.
It's not about like, they're not trying to get notoriety themselves. It's more just
it was more
on, or put an artist out there that
like Sway and Tech had that feel.
The Wake Up Show.
Yeah, Wake Up Show had that feel. You know, Stretch and Bob had that feel. Even Clue tapes had that feel of like, who are all these random guys? True. Who are these random songs that like they're, you know, these are hot, but I don't know these guys. And it's just like, just a lot of passion. I think passion is a good word. I feel like there was more passion at that time instead of now. It seems like all of the shows are more manufactured. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like they already have there's like a business plan goal in mind and stuff like that. Instead of, and not trying to like talk down anybody, because
he's talking down everybody right now. He's talking down everybody.
Because honestly, you got to make money. You know, I mean, look, bread costs money, draws cost money, socks cost money.
Bread is money.
Bread is get that bread.
Bread costs money because you need the bread to get the bread.
Get bread, get more bread. But you know, like stuff costs money, and I do understand that. But it's kind of like that feel like I was with you and we were talking. I was just like, yo, man, talk about this stuff all the time. Let's just do a show. And it's kind of like that feel, like that kind of just passion for it kind of feel, where when I was watching that, because I've watched that documentary 3 times now.
Just because of Showtime?
It's on Showtime, yeah. And it's man, I can't remember, but it's on Showtime. It's Stretch and Bobbito documentary.
I've seen like when they had an interview for it when it came out. So I remember it, but I just forgot to.
It just had like when I saw that, I was just like,
I've heard them on different platforms, like interviews and stuff, like long interviews, like long, podcast interviews. So I've heard a lot of the stories. I just never. And I think I may have seen something that had visuals on one of them. Maybe it was a part of it.
And then there's parts of the documentary where they'll have like Busta, or they'll have like Jay-Z or whatever, like sit in headphones and be like, all right, this is a cassette tape that we recorded that night. This is you freestyling like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And just seeing their faces react to like their face expressions, like, like, man.
Yeah.
It's because, you know, like all of these memories are coming. Like even it could be something dumb like, dude, remember when that homeless dude got in a fight on the way to the train to get there? Like just those small things that are just like.
And also being in New York, there's always something going on. Always something going on. So
every time I go to New York, even if it's a short trip, some crazy. I don't know what it is.
Is the perfect.
New York just drives people crazy.
New York was the perfect breeding ground for hip hop.
Yeah.
The perfect storm.
Yeah.
Because you always had stories. There's always something going on.
There's always something going on.
There's so many people packed in.
Yeah.
It's gonna be friction and weirdness and like drugs and alcohol and
you got drugs, you got alcohol. They were coming out of like
parties
disco. Then you had like the like women's kind of thing.
It's also the city that never sleeps. It just doesn't sleep.
Yeah,
like literally doesn't sleep.
Straight up,
always
New York
something going on. So I have a pulse about it. Like
it has this kind of like very, like the term New York Minute. It's real. You have this. It's very busy and frenetic in New York, and that's why like my family from New York always says New York is the greatest city in the world, and I'm like, to visit. Not being from New York, I'm like, I can go to New York and visit for like 5, maybe 10 days tops, and then I'm like, yo, man, I'm ready to go.
5, 10 days tops. I visit for 5, 10 hours, and that's tops. What? 5 days?
Like New York is
like.
I
ever spent more than 1 day in New York? Yeah, I think I spent like a couple of days in New York. In Brooklyn.
New York, I gotta limit about 5 days, man. Because it's just there's just this non-stop vibe there.
Yeah.
It's just this non-stop kind of, and there's like a negative vibe about New York. And I'm not trying to crap on New York. New York is cool to visit, man. If you've never visited New York, you should go there to feel it, because there is an energy. New York does have its own energy. And I'm sure there's probably someone in the chat right now that loves New York, and I'm sorry. But there is kind of like this very, very dog eat dog, get out my way, I got things to do, negative attitude, just permeating New York. Now, of course, last time I went to New York, it hadn't been gentrified yet. Last time I was in New York.
New York is.
Well, yeah, sorry. I'm talking about most of Brooklyn. Most of Brooklyn.
Brooklyn's done. They got too much.
My family. I had family in Brooklyn, Queens, and Bronx. Okay. So those are like the main places I've been. But there was this vibe, this feel of like like move. I've got things to do. Get out of my way. You know what I'm saying? And everybody had that vibe, and I was just like, dang. And of course, being from the South, I'm just like. Okay.
Let's talk about this.
But yeah.
So you call Virginia the South?
Yeah, I do. It's the capital of the Confederacy, man. It's where the South hung its hat, basically.
But it's the top of the South. How is it the South?
Because it's the top of the South. It's still the South.
But what makes it the South?
The Mason-Dixon line.
Are we using history to call what the South is?
So we can't use history?
No, don't know.
So what's the South to you?
It's actually below Virginia.
So what would you consider?
What's below Virginia? South Carolina?
It's North Carolina, then South Carolina.
That's the South. North Carolina, South Carolina. That's where
so you cut it at. So Virginia don't count.
Virginia don't count.
For me, it doesn't count. They were literally the capital of the Confederacy.
But are we using that? You want to use that history to call what the South is?
Dude, I'm telling you, VA is still very... Charlottesville just last year showed us that they are still very... There are still people there that feel a certain way about that history.
This is why I say that.
You know what I'm saying?
What is Virginia... Because like Alabama.
Yes, Virginia is in a weird place where it's kind of like.
I'm trying to say,
but it's
Alabama has a feel. Mississippi has a feel.
Yeah.
Georgia has a feel.
Texas.
Florida has a feel.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? What is Virginia's feel since you're from there?
Virginia is.
In a Virginia minute.
Virginia would be considered, the way I see it, is kind of like the middle way station between being in a very oppressive state and then being in a place that feigns freedom. And what I mean by feigns freedom is, you have a lot of people that are like, oh, we're progressive. We're in Northern Virginia. We're in DC. We're progressive. And they're just as racist as everybody down in kind of like where you would say Farmville, like the country in Virginia, like South. Just as racist, but they're your kind of progressive whites, but they're like just as racist.
I would think that that's
so they kind of like give you this false sense of freedom, and I think you have this weird. VA has this weird mix between we are very, very southern, and then it's like, oh no, we're in the north. and it's you have this weird
That's what I'm
vibe.
trying to say. Maybe it's not fully South, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
The vibe of it is not a fully South place.
Yeah, it's not. Virginia is considered more southeast. It's closer vibe to Georgia than Maryland. Okay. Especially in the rural areas. Like VA gets really, really country. But then you have, like I said, like Northern Virginia or the Common Area. Are you David Johnson? Are you from VA? If you are, let me know. But like when you get close to DC, like Arlington, Alexandria, then you have these what what a friend of mine calls well-meaning progressive whites, where it's like they're like, I love the cause. I am here for the culture, and it's like you're one of the most racist people I know. So you have this weird mixture where I see what you're saying. It's like we're north enough to have kind of like, I guess, certain kind of like ideologies in Virginia, but we still have that very stronghold of people that are like, no, Virginia is the Confederacy. Like all those statues that are coming down, Monument Ave in Richmond ain't going nowhere. If you think, have family, been there, enough to know the difference, okay, cool. But yeah, like in Richmond City, there's Monument Ave with like Robert E. Lee and all those generals and stuff.
Yeah.
They ain't going nowhere. You can march if you want. Ain't going nowhere.
Hey, you don't know the future, man. It's gone. Real soon. Watch.
You know what? It would be cool to like replace Monument Ave with like other people, because there's tons of black people from Virginia that have done great things historically. So you could replace them with black people or even white people that weren't fighting to keep slaves. But Monument Ave ain't going nowhere. That's one I just gave up. I'm like Monument Ave ain't going. I was surprised when they took that joint down in Charlottesville. I was super surprised. Like I remember waking up
wherever it's Monumentville or whatever, it's gone.
Monument Ave, out of here. You're done, son. You're done. But back to dang, I forgot. But back to what Pharoahe. Oh, this is one thing I wanted to ask you. Since we had Low End Theory, kind of like the rise of them coming into their own, who are some like duos that you think haven't gotten their due, like hip hop duos that haven't really gotten their due? Of course, everybody, people would be like, Outkast, of course they got their love. Okay. But are there any other hip hop duos in your opinion that haven't gotten the shine that maybe they should have?
No.
Really?
Who got duos? There's not many duos, man.
I mean, there are some duos
that didn't get no love. Who? You name one and help me out. Start the ball rolling.
All right,
jog my memory.
All right, you got, and people are going to be mad about this, but this is true because it was only small. Black Star never really got their due. Black Star.
I'm turning off the live stream, y'all.
Look,
turn this off.
Black Star. Black Star never really got their due.
What are you talking about?
I don't feel.
Whoa! What? I'm taking my hat off for this one. What?
I don't feel they got their due. I don't.
How do you not feel that?
I don't feel people gave them the respect that. I feel like there's a lot of people that now look back and say we love that album, but when it came out, I think a lot of people slept on it and kind of like dismissed it.
I think you may have been slept on that era. You done forgot.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
You lost me on that one.
I think a lot of people slept then, but now say it was great. No, let us know in the chat. Let us know in the chat.
It was great when it came out.
No, I mean, I know it was great when it came out.
People loved it when it came out. I don't know what you talking about.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe it was the cats I was around.
Yeah, maybe it's the cats you
around.
Maybe
it's the cats I was around.
No, man.
I remember the cats I was around. I was like, yo, this Black Star album is dope. And they were like, ain't nobody trying to hear that.
No, but what did they listen to?
Yeah, you're right. At that time, because
and also, where were they from?
I'm about to give him this. Like I said, I'm from VA. I'm in. Oh, David Johnson just said your word.
No, that's not my word. I don't know who this is. This is only the one person.
It's only one person?
I have no problem with Fonzie or Big Bear.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. We ain't go. So, But at the time, they were listening to what I would consider like the beginnings of trap, which was like Master P and M, like Project Pat, stuff like that. So they were heavy in VA at that time. They were like super heavy. Like all that, like Cash Money, No Limit, all those guys, they were like heavy in Virginia
Yeah,
at that time.
maybe that's
so
the thing. I was in Jersey when it came out.
Okay.
Black Soul was it?
Okay. All right, so
there's no duo I can think of right now that didn't get their just due.
Okay, cool. Because I remember.
If you can name another one, then maybe I can think about it. Name one more. Just name me Juan.
Juan duo.
We got in this live stream on Instagram soon. It gave me a countdown.
Gave you a countdown?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We in soon over there.
Right, we just about to enter it now. Maybe not.
But yeah, jump to YouTube. Just search up NERDSoul. You'll find me, and you can continue to stream.
Yeah.
But how about trying to think.
Duos was the hardest part because duos always make it, man. Duos work if they work. If not, we didn't hear about them. So that's how, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. All right, I'll give you that because
P Rock and CL Smooth. What? They got their due. What are you talking about?
I feel like they got their due. I feel like I feel like they got their due. They did have a short-lived due, but I feel like they got their due. Man, I think it was short-lived because of CL Smooth, but you know it was his fault.
What's your problem with CL Smooth?
Well, didn't CL Smooth start the whole beef between him and Pete Rock way back then?
I mean, when you
I understand.
When you work, okay, think about this. We gonna go hip hop beefs.
Well, I'm not saying beef,
no. How many people does Pete Rock have beef with? It's Pete Rock's fault.
Oh, it's Pete Rock's fault.
I don't know. Either way, it may be both of their fault.
Okay.
But I'm saying Pete Rock got beef with a lot of people in the hip hop history, in that time.
Okay.
Puffy, Tip. He said he stole from records and stuff.
Okay.
Nas. I don't know if he had beef with Nas. Okay, how come they did another track with Nas then? P Rock ain't do it. People say, P Rock he has these one-offs with a lot of people. Why is that?
All right, okay. Well, I'll take it a step further. Here's my other one that I think a lot of people I think a lot of people in the streets mess with these guys, but I don't think that they ever got their shine national due. And you know, these are my boys.
Clips?
First Family. Yo,
MOP?
MOP?
What are you talking about?
Besides Annie Up, I don't think people have ever really given them.
You need to live north of Virginia, man. Where you been, man?
I'll just be honest.
Maybe down in the south in Virginia.
Oh boy, now
MOP.
I don't ever. When you say Jersey, I don't be like the north. You're not in Maine. You're not in Maine.
I'm just saying.
You're not in Vermont.
I'm just saying that now because Virginia is, as you describe, is the South.
It is the South.
I can see the South not liking MOP. That makes sense. They didn't get to just do it in the South, but everywhere above the Mason-Dixon line loves MOP.
Okay, all right.
Mash Out Posse.
Yes. First Family. That's right. Downtown Swinger.
They got to just do it.
You know what? They need another Downtown Swinger right about now. They need to drop like one a year.
Who, them?
Yeah, why not, man? They ain't doing nothing else.
It's okay. I keep telling you, man. It's about the beats, man.
They got the beats.
It's about the music.
They got the beats.
They don't have the beats. I'm sorry.
They don't Premiere. It's like, bloop. Yo, what's up?
Premiere's. Okay, this is what I want to talk to you about.
All right, Premiere's.
This is what
Premiere's current weeks.
Me and Haas are talking about, but
Premiere's current stuff is still solid. Now, is it classic Premiere? No, but Premiere's current stuff still outpaces a lot of stuff that's out right now. There's a lot of cookie cutter stuff out right now, and his stuff actually fills a void right now. Be honest, his stuff would fill a void. There's a couple of producers that would fill a void, like Diamond D would fill a void. Premiere would fill a void. Large Pro, fill a void. No ID. Well, he's already kind of doing stuff anyway.
All right. So, remember on I believe it was Life is Good. I wanted to bring this up. Anyway.
Oh, here we go.
On Life is Good, Nas said this is for all my trapped in the 90s. Right?
Okay.
You remember that part?
All right.
I'm asking you this right now, man. Are you one of them? Are you trapped in
No.
a certain era?
No.
Because Pete Rock
brought heat on his last joint. He brought heat on
talking about the Smoke Distance joint?
Nah, on the last like official release joint, the one with like 914 and stuff like that.
914? What are you talking about?
Dang, I can't think of the name of that.
Is it an album?
Yeah, it's an actual album.
What kind of album?
It was he did the production. He did the production. And he had a lot of people on it. Like
so it's a
the locks were on it. Yeah, essentially.
There's a lot of people on it. That means it's a compilation. It's not just one artist.
But you know what I mean.
It's a Soul Survivor.
No, not Soul Survivor. Not that one.
No, it's a Soul Survivor. It's like a
Soul Survivor. Yeah. It might have been like Soul Survivor 2.
No. I'm just saying it's in the vein of a Soul Survivor.
Yeah, yeah.
Mad people, and then he's not the only one rapping on it.
Yeah.
Okay, he said he had heat on there. All I'll say is this, man. No. No, I just think P-Rock.
All right, no. For Nas to say that I was
mainly
straight
talking about Premier.
All right.
P-Rock is still P-Rock. He has moments of P-Rock. He still shines, and then he has moments where he's not P-Rock. But Premier, since 2002, has been sliding on a slippery slope. Because you know why I feel it? It's the same thing I feel about the guy we can't talk about, Ninth Wonder. After a while, you sound exactly the same. And my thing with me, when people start sounding the same, I get bored and tired of it, and I feel like they're not inspired anymore. I feel Premier is not inspired anymore musically, and it's sad. It's almost like a elongated funeral song.
Okay.
When I hear Premier beats, I'm like, oh, he's still doing that? Okay, cool. It's like, oh, nothing new, nothing to see here.
So you don't get that feel back like, oh man, it's.
No, I had to feel back then when I heard the first music. I feel some other music now. That doesn't give me that same sound doesn't give me anymore. I've moved on, is what I'm saying.
See, like me, I can still listen to something that's reminiscent of a certain time and be like, oh, okay, cool. I need that because it fills a certain void. Like because
I'm not like that at all. Like when I listen to music, it's like I want some new stuff every time. New music, please. I'll listen to old classics and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't like, if I listen to a new song, I want it to be a new song. I don't want it to remind me of something that's old. I already have.
Yeah, but even new songs remind you of old stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what I'm saying. Like in terms of like pushing something forward. If you stay in your own lane, do your own thing, keep making the same music, that's not pushing anything forward anymore. You push the culture forward. Okay. You push us beyond you doing the Gangstar, and then you start doing all the stuff with other people. That's the Premier that I know.
Okay.
That guy's not around anymore. And if he is, he's back in the 99 right now, making beats.
Okay.
The stuff he did with Royce or whatever, the beats are just okay. Because it took an element out of his game. They said you gotta sample everything with Adrian Young. You can't go outside the back because they want to sample clearance and stuff like that. So it's like it's stifling. So you know what I'm saying? Like he couldn't flex like that. You can't just be free. So your first album is like, I had problems with the first time. Second time, I think the second album may have better beats on it, but still like I'm struggling. It's a struggle to listen to. Because of the Premier that I did know, I had that spark.
Okay.
So that's what I feel about certain producers. Like after a while, you're like, I don't want it to remind me of something I've heard before.
See, I look at it like seeing an old friend. See, that's how I look at it. Like when I hear, like say if I don't know. Say if Premier dropped something that sounds like something that he like broke down like in like '93. Like, dang man, it's been a while. You know what I'm saying? Especially, and I know Nas ain't talking with that joint he dropped like a week or two ago.
Oh no, that was on Life is Good. That's like 2014.
Oh, Life is Good.
Life's Good. No ID. The beats was kind of ill. He finally had some production.
Yeah, he did have production.
Finally had production. He ain't had production. For some we talk about.
I felt like his rhymes were uninspired.
Wait. Last time Nas wasn't out yet, right? He just came out that day that we had the show, or the next day, right?
Yeah, I think he came out the next day.
You heard Nasir, right? Okay, good. See that eye roll right there? That's exactly what we all feel. Nasir Jones. So the problem, the major problem.
Here's the problem with your album.
How do you get Kanye beats and have Kanye do his wackest beats?
Are we sure like Kanye isn't getting ghost stuff though?
It don't matter. It's still Kanye's name on it.
Yo,
How?
check it.
No. He
That
dropped.
Nasir album.
He dropped 5 albums with Kanye beats, and 4 of the 5 have better beats than the Nas album.
Yeah,
It is common denominator. It's Nas. Everyone blame Nas. Why the beats are so whack? It's Nas.
All right, we're almost at time. You know, we try to shoot for an hour and a half tops. But I'm gonna go on for this Nasir album for a second. You know what? I'm gonna put down because I try to keep up with the chat just in case y'all.
But it will come up there, right?
Thank you guys for watching. I'm glad we got the folks in there. You know what I'm saying? 2 folks. Yo, what's up? Even though it was 1, so 3 or 4. You know,
we had 5 on mine. It'd be good. Hey,
so we had like 8 people checking this out. So cool. The Nas album is so disappointing.
That is the word I use.
So disappointing. That I was like, I can't even believe I wasted my time to press play. Yo, the sad thing is he got so much press because Kanye did this dumb thing where it's like, I don't know, like 10 albums with 7 songs or 7 albums, whatever stupid thing he tried to do, some publicity, dumb stuff. Anyway,
that's not Kanye hate, the Nas hate, man. What are you doing?
It was whack. The stuff was whack. Stuff I heard is whack. Now, I didn't hear the Cudi joint, so I can't speak on that. But the only thing that I heard that was even like comparable was Pusha's stuff. The Kanye stuff. I was like, where is Kanye at? Where's the Kanye that made me excited? You know what I'm saying? Whether it was a party beat or a deep beat or whatever.
You're looking for your old friend. I'm
not looking for my old friend. I'm looking for something that when I hear it makes me go, oh snap. Like perfect example, Jadena stuff. Jadena stuff isn't reminiscent of the 90s or whatever, but I hear it, I'm like, oh, this is fresh.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Chief Don't Run, stuff like Jadena be like Jadena got some heat. And like, you know what I'm saying? Even his newer stuff, like if I hear something, I'm like, yo, this is hot. I'm like, I don't care whether it's new or old, but Kanye stuff was just not hitting on that album. It was not. And I didn't hear the Cudi joint. I didn't hear
totally disagree. I totally disagree about the Kanye stuff. So, but I know, but we both agree that the Nas album is the wackest shit, dude. This year,
dude,
to date.
And then the sad thing is that Thought dropped a joint a week before, after. Was it after?
I think it was like a week before.
A week before?
Yeah.
Hardly anyone was really like clicking on that joint.
Who did beats on there again?
It's Yo Peoples.
Who was just that guy's name?
Ninth Wonder. But
that's what turned me off.
But even though you got the Ninth Wonder isms, you've got to give it to him. Those beats were way better than what was on Nasir.
I can't listen to it.
Not even a little bit.
Give me the acapellas. I'll listen to Black Thought any day. I can't listen to Ninth Wonder like that. If he does the Ninth Wonder, it's sound.
We'll play it after, and I'll just tell you play for just like 30 seconds. All right, 30 seconds. That's it.
Oh no, you never been around when I listen to music. I give it the Puff Daddy treatment. 10 seconds. In 10 seconds, next song, please.
Yo, all right.
If it don't hit first 10 seconds, it's off. Yo, I'm like an old music executive. Like you sitting there in the boardroom. Okay, start singing. All right, you're done. Get out. That's me. I give people no. You have 10 seconds of my time.
Yo, man.
I got the kind of time.
That Nas joint is straight trash. The lyrics ain't all that.
He sounds uninspired.
It sound like almost he was like just like, man, let me put something out just to be out.
Yeah. And I think Kanye was just giddy because it's Nas, you know what I'm saying? So I thought that was a miss. But you think him being so excited to work with Nas should have brought some like deep down heat. But maybe there was discord.
Yeah, maybe.
And maybe it was more like forced to put it out. Like maybe there was, because you're like,
because they had to make that. Because of course Kanye was trying to make.
Because Kanye working with his idols as a group project hasn't been well received. Because Watch the Throne is the first example. Watch the
Throne is uneven. I'll say that.
It's not Kanye's greatest work or Jay's greatest work.
Nah.
So that's what I'm
saying. You know what? And maybe I shouldn't mention this.
Always say it. Always say what you say. Don't ever stop.
You know what I think is better than Watch the Throne? Best of Both Worlds. Now, this is
We're going back to the guy again. This is part 2 R. Kelly talk.
Let's of course, this is before we knew about the pen.
The best of both worlds. Oh man, that
but when it came out though, it was a lot hotter than that Watch the Throne.
The best of both worlds.
It made a larger
and it dropped another album. Don't forget about this.
Oh, because R. Kelly did another one with. He did Best of Both Worlds with some other.
No, he did another one. Him and Jay had 2 albums.
Oh, okay. I thought he only did one.
No, I forgot what the second one was called.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, it was the Best of Both Worlds, and then like before they just a little bit before, right after they dropped the second album, that's when the whole allegations came out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the second. I forgot what the second album was called. Not Unfinished Business. I forgot what it was called.
Best of Both Worlds.
The Best of Both Worlds. Oh man, that was a keyboard era, man. The keyboard beat.
Because a lot of cats was trying to get away from samples because they didn't want to give up that money no more. So, and I mean, it makes sense. I understand why.
Okay,
but
the answer to a lot of your questions
is money.
Is money.
And it is not just the music. Why didn't this TV show last? Money. Why didn't this animated series come out? Money. Why didn't this movie or sequel happen? Money. All is
why is album got shelved?
Money. It's always money. Some contract. Somebody asking for more money. They trying to make less money. Whatever's going on.
Why Tink album ain't come out? Where her album at?
Yo, straight up. Talk about someone who had heat. Boy.
Yo, the stuff that Timbaland was doing for her, I'm like, yo, Timbaland is back. I was like, yo.
Because Tim was going back into his kind of like eclectic, weird, but heat section. And Tink was like, just like so.
She was like a mixture of a lot of artists she worked with before, like Mocha.
She was just like
Jade. Like she's a mixture of all.
Yeah,
Missy.
And she just really came out of because honestly, Missy still got it. Missy's just she's I can't remember the illness she has.
She's
going I can't remember the illness she has. I want to say Crohn's disease, but it's not Crohn's.
Yeah, it's not Crohn's. I was saying Crohn's.
A friend of mine has Crohn's, but it's not that, and I can't remember what it was. But because when she dropped those 2 singles with Tim,
Triple Threat and Ninth Inning.
Ninth Inning and Triple Threat. When she dropped that, I realized how big of a deal Missy and Timbaland were to the dance community. Because when those songs came out, I saw like hundreds of dance videos, and I was like, yo, I forgot how much they meant to the dance community. Yeah. Because, and I got love for hip hop, but of course, people don't dance no more. All they do is this. So Missy and Tim meant a lot to the dance community. Like the second those songs came out, like the very next day, you know how people do reaction videos? People was doing dance videos to that joint, and there was some creative stuff too.
Even other like the one she did with Pharrell, or the couple joints she did. Like a couple, that's like 5 years. She dropped at least 4 or 5 songs in like 5 years, and it's all been heat. Yeah, and I'm like,
so you can tell like she probably really wants to mentally, but physically she's probably not able to.
All-time favorite artist, all-time Missy Elliott. Oh, I got her album too.
I'm from VA. You best believe Super Duper Fly is coming. I've been trying to hold it because I was like, I'm from VA, so I don't want to put like Super Duper Fly and like Brown Sugar and Voodoo out all quick. I'm going to be fair. I ain't going to put them out all fast. I'm going to wait.
Oh, speaking of, what do you think of D'Angelo's third album?
Black Messiah?
Yeah, Black Messiah.
I feel like it's uneven but good. Uneven in a good way. Because there's a couple songs on there that I'm like, we had to wait this long for this. But then there's some other songs like Charade where I'm like, dang. Or like, what is it, Back in the Day? No, is it not? Is it Back in the Day? I think it's Back in the Day, those small snippets.
Oh, yeah.
Those really they just bring the funk and they just come with it. But then there's like the song that he opens up with is just, But then the song that it opens on is just very uneven to me.
So, 1,000 Deaths was the first. Was the first
Yeah, it's just like it just seems uneven, like it doesn't fit. It seems like something that was supposed to go on another album. And of course, the rumors from another person, we might as well go on and ring this bell. All the other, reports from Questlove, there's supposed to be like over 100 hours of music between Voodoo and Black Messiah that's just somewhere recorded.
This is my thing. This is the reason why sometimes I don't like Questlove.
Oh, because the
Questlove report, the Questlove reporting hour, when he says things like this, like, so if we can't hear this shit, don't talk about it.
Yeah, is
Fuck out of here.
Yo, I will say this: Questlove does come off at times, and you'll see this a lot in the movie review community. And someone just ended up a couple of days ago talking about a movie coming up with a woman that is wonderful, but it's like it makes them feel good to say, "I know something about this production."
Yeah, that's why.
I know something.
That is actually the main reason.
I have sources close to this. Like,
but the main reason was that. But when you started talking about the Dilla stuff, that's when I'm like,
okay.
Right,
the Dilla.
You need to sit down. You need to sit back down on the drums and take the mic and put it on.
Well, I understand why he talked, because everybody wanted to know. You know what I'm saying? So many people wanted to know about Dilla.
But think about other people who won't spill so much beans. All of them knew Dilla.
Yeah, because I'm surprised. I'm trying to think who initially discovered Dilla. Who was it?
You mean initially discovered?
I mean, well, not
discovered like Amp Fiddler, because he's the one who brought him to Tip.
Okay. So say like Tip or someone like that. We didn't really get much from him, like as far as like stories and stuff like that. So
you get a little bit see a little bit of story about Dilla.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Honestly, Questlove, I mean, he does his thing, but
that's the point. I do feel like he does come off like that. I don't like him, because like he's like
he comes off with this reporter kind of style, like I know something, you know what I'm saying, like that kind of vibe. And let me plug y'all up because we need electricity. But I got it right there. Yeah, but that's my deal with him. Sometimes he comes off like I know something, and you guys don't know it. Yeah. So I'm more special than everybody. Yeah. But on the other side, I do like knowing the behind the scenes to get, I guess, maybe pretentious isn't the word. I don't know. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a better phrase that kind of like pretentious.
Bird. It's the word. I believe it's charged. I don't know.
We'll see. Are we charging?
Oh wait, you put the lights in it, so yeah, it's true.
Yeah, we charging, so we good. So we back, guys. We good. So that's my issue with Questlove, is like I do like knowing the deeper stories and having the deeper knowledge of kind of like the industry, or especially the Soulquarians, which I think we should do a whole episode on, maybe sometime in the future. But, because I love that crew so much. I love, like Erykah at the time was killing it. You had Erykah, Dilla, D'Angelo, Tip, Black Star. You know what I'm saying? So all these artists that I really...
I'm glad you said Black Star instead of them individually.
Of Mos Def
and the other guy. And the other guy.
Mos Def and company.
Bilal, don't forget Bilal.
Bilal was in there. Yo, first album, I'm gonna pick it someday.
First Born Second?
Man, also, what's the joint that Robots was on? I love Robots. That song, Program.
No, I don't know that.
Robots.
Was that on his third album?
That was like, I think Airtight's Revenge or whatever.
The third album.
Yeah.
I know. I listened to Bilal after the second album that got shelved.
Oh yeah,
I have. That's the one that had what's the one that? What's the one that like something you can hold on to?
Oh yeah, something you can hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, that joint.
Oh, Knott's another producer that's like Heat. You on the fence with him?
No, not
okay.
Nas is the same thing I think about. Like he's getting into his premiere phase that I don't like.
Oh, okay.
It just sounds the same. Like he's not. He had heat. for like a good 10 years. No. He had initially when he was doing stuff with Bus.
Yeah.
And like different artists.
Yeah.
And then he met Dre, and then his whole style changed. And then he kind of got it back like maybe like 5 years ago, and then like he's back in some weird space.
Okay.
Everyone who met Dre changed his style. Dilla even did. Dilla met Dre, changed his style. Dilla was doing all original beats. There's an era of Dilla's production is all original beats.
Wow.
Everyone who met Dre, High Tech met Dre, changed his whole style. You don't even know who High Tech is no more.
Yeah, you're right. Because High Tech did switch it up. And I was wondering why. Maybe is it because what is it about Dre? Maybe I guess it's the business side. He breaks it down to him. It's just like, yo, man, you need to do some original stuff in your repertoire or something.
He's a Svengali. You got some voodoo power over these producers. He like absorbs their energy.
Now that's a story I would like to know about, like Dilla meeting Dre. I would like to know that story because, for better or for worse, Dre is a large part of hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Dilla met Jay-Z too. You know that, right?
Oh, where?
Yeah, I forgot. I just was looking at something and it was like, yeah.
Because Dilla is very low key. Like,
Dilla went to dinner with Lil Kim.
This one of the things that should
Dilla did the original Dangerous MCs, the Diamonds on my Neck, the Ooh We did that. It's a Dilla original beat.
Oh,
that he rapped over.
Okay.
And that during that time when he went to New York, he like Junior Mafia was going out to eat or whatever, or they couldn't make it, so Kim was like, I'm still hungry, so Dilla just went over to get some.
Wow, that's one of those things where it's like, see, like those are like the parts of hip hop history.
That's the stories I want to hear.
Yeah, those are like the parts of hip hop history that I wish I could capture.
I'm not sitting here saying
interview.
that. I'm not sitting here and saying, oh, I got 1,000 Dilla beats that nobody knows about. I don't do that. I don't do that.
He said, even though I do.
Even though I don't like just throw it out there like, oh yeah, I have thousands and thousands of Dilla tapes.
I'm so much better
in my basement.
I'm so cool.
It's just collecting dust.
Yeah, you need to put that stuff out and.
Or just don't talk about it. Don't talk about it in that kind of way.
Yeah,
like it's the way. It's all about how you
like you're cooler than us because you know. So
I got a whole bunch of stories about Dilla. I could do Dilla stories all the time. Man.
Yeah, man. Over the years. Dude, we'll do a Dilla hour with Arckatron. Like,
we can go very deep with that. Cause I got a lot of stories.
Yeah, but those are the kind of things that I like when Questlove does. When he talks about like, oh yeah, when Q-Tip and such and such were chilling.
His Red Bull Music Academy was again. I loved it because I like to hear the man talk, but when he starts to go certain things, but that was actually cool. He was just telling something about like some Dilla stuff or whatever. It wasn't bad because it was a longer form, so I can kind of take him at a longer dose than a shorter dose.
Cool. So yeah, man, that's what's up, man. I love good stories. I love good albums like Low End Theory. If you haven't heard it yet, you should check it out. It's worth it. Desire, depending on where you're at.
Haas likes it. I like
Desire.
Haslow likes Desire.
And, Haslow, he knows a little something about hip hop. Just a little piece. A little bit. He knows a little something.
Ozzy Lomac, a.k.a. Low Customado.
So he know a little something. Just a piece. So, guys, check out Low End Theory. Check out Desire. Before we bounce, Arckatron, where can the wonderful people find you?
You can find me at Arckatron everything. Arckatron at all the platforms. You'll find me. You even find my old Snapchat page. I don't even use it no more, but if you holler at me, it might come into my phone somehow. Instagram, IG, Twitter, Facebook, FB, YouTube, you find me. You can my Gmail if you want to email me some stuff, some information or some questions or whatever. Gmail, Arckatron@gmail.com. Boom. So where can they find you?
Find me, NERDSoul, one word, NERDSoul, at ThatNERDSoul on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. If you are watching, hit that thumbs up. If you are watching the replay, still hit that thumbs up. And make sure to subscribe for this because we're back every other week talking about our favorite albums and seeing where that conversation goes. As you can see today, we talked about everything. We talked about Pharoahe, Kanye, politics, Nas, Dilla. We went everywhere on this one. So that's what it's about, man. It's about seeing Quali and your boy Ninth Wonder. You know what I'm saying?
Woo-hoo. Keep shining.
Keep shining. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Black Blackstar.
Blackstar. They didn't get to do at all.
At least, not BA.
Not BA.
Y'all was on that Juvenile too hard. Y'all
Juve. 400 degrees. Nah, 400 degrees was hot, man. I was on it too.
I hated that
400 degrees, man.
Much.
400 degrees,
oh
man.
Oh my God.
You got that big white beans hand.
Yo,
you got that big white beans hand.
Before we bounce, when Ha came out, I was like, this is not gonna last. I was wrong.
When I saw it, I was like, this is the future. I was
wrong.
I was like, what is this? This is some new stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, this is new. This
because that's the era where there was like, hi brother, my brother, fly brother, slide brother, cry brother.
That's how they used to rap for real.
Yo, man, it was.
Or they were around
a bad time
with the N word, like everything just.
Yeah. I put brother, but they was using the N word.
Did it a lot. DMX did it a lot.
Man,
just cause I love mine, I shed blood for mine.
Yo, but on the real though, if you want to talk about real, like people be like, yo, you ain't real. Like, yo, D is a real cat. He get in trouble. But
DMX is the real deal.
D is a little too real.
DMX is the real deal. There's many stories about DMX.
Yo,
and all of them I assume are true.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're true.
X gonna give it to you.
That's true, man. Yo, kind of Dark Man X. Yo,
Dark Man X. Or Dog Man X.
Yeah. So it's like, yo, man, y'all, just believe those stories. If it's DMX, you better.
There needs to be a DMX documentary. That needs to happen. That needs to happen.
You're talking about someone who was on top of the world.
Yeah, X was. He had like 5 albums straight where he had singles though.
Yo.
He had singles though. He had singles.
Even when people counted him out and he came, what was it? Like, where the hood.
Yeah, with the hood at. Yeah, that was like on the third or fifth or fourth album.
Yeah, he came back. People thought he was done. He came back and it was like, yo, he's still got, and then he's like, da-da. Like, yo, man. Yo, man, like, you know what? Now that I think about that energy, DMX kind of weaved a New York and trap vibe together on that type of stuff. Like, kind of like that, kind of just like that energy of like, then kind of like that chant kind of energy. And because it was like in a New York way.
DMX wasn't lyrical. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm not looking for DMX for lyrics.
Yeah.
He just had some, he
had that kind of like that flow.
I call DMX the rap epitome of Captain Obvious. He would say, I see what I'm able to see because my vision is good. Like, yeah, because you would need good vision to see whatever you used to see.
Yo, when he said, what, man, yo, he said something that had me dying laughing. We was talking about something like taking your gun and smacking you with it. So the way he said it was just funny. Yeah. And like he would always say random funny stuff like that. And I'll just be like, yo, he is Captain Obvious.
He's very, the rhymes are very, like it's just like, like that. I see what I'm able to see. He does another one, like, he'd be like, I
see what I see because my vision is good.
Yeah, like, okay. It's like I see through the eyes of a wise old man. Like, okay.
It's like, all right.
Okay.
I believe you.
Yeah, because you got to have good vision to have
a wise old man.
Good sight to have good vision. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
But maybe it was a metaphor. Maybe it was
deeper than we thought.
He was on his Ghostface level. You know what I mean? His Ghostface style, rap artistry. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get me started on Ghostface.
You know what I'm saying?
A rapper that I love.
6.5 monkeys, 12 nonsense, 4 disappeared, 3, 8, 2, 1 flash to midair. God replica. You know what I mean? He's a replica of God. You know what I mean? Ghostface.
Ghostface is one of my biggest love-hate rappers.
The best rapper of all time. Ghostface. Killer.
That you don't know what. You know what? I understand less of what Ghostface says than what ODB says. And that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Yeah, because we know there were some times when the engineer was in there with ODB and was like, all right, what is he talking about? like, I mean, it sounds cool. Yeah. But what exactly is he talking about? I got burnt by gonorrhea. I got burnt by gonorrhea. It's like, okay.
Yeah, he make all kind of noise and stuff, but it worked. He had an energy. Like him,
he had the charisma
ODB,
and like the flow.
DMX.
Yeah.
They all bust around, have this energy about them.
Yeah, it's kind of like this charisma that just comes across where it works. But guys, hey, we out of here. It's been a long night. We covered tons of stuff. Can't wait to see y'all next time. I'm gonna have to choose something to keep y'all on y'all toes because y'all need to listen to some different stuff. Maybe some old stuff, some new stuff. I think I'll pick something new next time or newer.
You pick something new, I'll pick something old.
I'll try.
I already have my old one already.
So I'll pick something new or at least something since like say 2015 or something new-ish.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, actually, you give them a teaser. What were you thinking?
I'll probably go along the lines because you know what? I haven't really done anyone. I haven't done any like pop R&B stuff that kind of like ties into the culture. So like maybe someone along the lines of like I don't know, maybe someone. Oh, what's up, Cooley? How? What's up? Yeah, we're about to wrap it up now, but maybe someone along the lines of the energy of like maybe like K-Tronada or something, or maybe like a Frank Ocean-ish kind of like vibe, or
he said the magic word, the great magic word.
Oh, you don't like
the great magic word. That's a good magic word.
Oh, John B.
John B.
Yo,
they don't know.
John B. had him though for a second. and then he had that joint. He had that joint with Tupac. And then
you said Tupac. That's not a hot button, but
it's getting there.
We're gonna have to have a talk about Tupac.
Yeah, but somewhere in that energy, something that's just out off the beaten path.
Do Frank Ocean because Frank Ocean would be mine. So you should do Frank. I'm intrigued to know what you think about Frank Ocean because I have my story.
I think.
No.
All right, cool. Yeah, we'll get into that next time. Teaser. I'm gonna pick something from Frank Ocean. Probably something with Love Crimes because I love that song. Love Crimes.
What's that song on Nostalgia?
Yeah,
Love Crimes on Nostalgia.
Because when I put all the albums on, like just the 2 Up, 2 Down, VA. That's right. Mad Love. Stay real, y'all.